Hello, Aries. Welcome to the channel. Happy super moon to all of you guys. Welcome to the channel. Aries the Emperor here, back with another general reading for all of my Aries collective across the world, honey. All right. If you are new here, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button just so you'll be notified when your girl uploads or when I go live, okay? Which I do randomly. I owe you guys a few lives here. I'm going to try and surprise you here and there. But if you'd like to connect with me, all of my information is located in the description box down below. I am running a special on all of my personal readings and my metaphysical products. As far as personal readings, I have sent out quite a few, and I have been reaching out to those of you who have just purchased. So if you sent me your information already, then just be waiting for me to email you back with your own personalized link so that you're able to view your reading. Thank you for your patience as well. And always, I am working to get candle orders out per usual. The website, ariestheemperor.com, if you would like to book or shop. All right. And also, don't forget Outer Spirit, you guys, which I am the official ambassador for. Okay. I have a link below for them as well. Aries the Emperor 35 to receive your discount on all of their amazing, beautiful, gorgeous crystal AAA grade. I have to say that every single time, baby. That means top of the line. Every piece of stone is hand picked. Okay? Just like you were by the divine. So why wouldn't you want to wear it? Okay? I keep my crystals close. All right? I'm never without them. All right, let's jump into it. Check out my second channel, Lit the Alchemist, where I read for all 12 zodiac signs. All right, but let's get into this read. This energy here, as it says, super. Okay, this is the last super moon of the year. It is the nickname, the cold moon. Okay, so what does this mean, Aries? This means it's gossip season and so many other words, but the shit is on steroids. Do you hear me? Y'all read the title? All right, it gets deep around these parts. So if you can't take the heat before I start this reading, go ahead to the reverend. Go on in the kitchen, wherever you need to go sit. Because I'm not about to sugarcoat shit. Okay, let's get into it. You know, this is an energy where the truth jumps out. Okay. It's the holidays too, the most exciting time of the year. Motherfuckers love getting into it during the holidays, don't they? They love showing how much emotional intelligence that they lack. This is the season. Them two sides. Remember, I've been speaking about Gemini. Now, if you follow these readings here, because I surprise myself all the time. I shock the you know what out of myself all the time. And the more that I discover them, the more that I dive deeper into this rabbit hole. And I didn't even know. Did I know the super moon was in Gemini? Does anybody remember me saying this on camera, on film? I don't. But I knew it was a super moon. And when I finally got to sit down and process and understand, you know, what spirit has been throwing in my direction, you know, putting all my downloads together. And here we are, you know, this is the energy of who lied, who tried to disguise jealousy as advice. Now, this is deep. I mean, who talks behind your back, but stutters in your face? You know, when it's time to actually speak up, they stuttering. Secrets may accidentally reveal themselves. Let me get into this read here. But bottom line, somebody is mad because you healed without their apology. And maybe people are talking about it. Like I said, this is a season where normally you feel like you may not be spoken about, but it's going to reach this time. You know, your name is going to, your name, like I said, this is about words. This is about thoughts. Okay. And we in Sagittarius, Sun in Sagittarius, a whole fire sign. They definitely, out of all the fire signs, they can't keep their mouth shut to save their lives. This could be people like sudden confessions, truth bombs. Look at this. I can't make this up as I'm talking. The power of the tongue. Spiritual forces, baby. Somebody is listening. And whether they on your side or not, they know you paying attention. And you paying attention to exactly what it is you need to. And they don't like that. You know, they want you to look over here while they snake you right there. You know what I'm saying? It says keeping you a secret. Like I said, hidden truths. This is the season. 'Tis the motherfucking season, if you catch my drift. All right, let's keep going. And then it's so weird, y'all. I had a very emotional morning, meditating this morning to myself after I dropped my son off at school. And it was like, boom, ping, pow, like so many signs and things right here in my face all the time, you know. And like I said, it's just like these planets behind me. Like when something is aligned, you see it, it like it's connecting, it's hitting you. And this is the time for you to be feeling those moments, you know what I mean, here. And like I said, not everybody understands or knows what's happening. So you're gonna have people out here with diarrhea mouth, you know what I mean, diarrhea actions, just shitting and just doing stuff all over the place, you know what I'm saying here. But this is a time where you can sit back and adopt and observe. But one of the songs I was getting, like I said, when I was meditating, was Bruno Mars. That song, Talking to the Moon. Like that song, it just really stuck out to me. You know what I mean? Am I a fool who sits alone talking to the moon? You know, and that hit me so hard. You know, I know this moon is supposed to close out cycles that were maybe started or date back to May of this year, I believe, when there was some type of transit in Gemini. So when I tell you, you know, like for me personally, and I know this isn't just me and my downloads, you know, because I take on you guys' energy as well. So for me, it's important for me to sit down and separate myself, you know, so that I don't get caught up in that whirlwind, and I'm able to step outside of myself and let what needs to step in to help y'all, you know. But this has been a very spiritual last couple months for me. Like I just started my journey. When I first started is how I've been feeling lately, and it's so unexplainable, you know what I mean. But I don't want to be talking about myself. I just felt like the need, you see what I mean, diarrhea of the mouth right now. Like I'm no exception. When do I ever get on here and do this? But it's feel like I said, it's connecting, and I have heavy Gemini placements as well. My chart is very decorative. Let me just say that. Okay. But Katy Perry came to mind too. E.T., the extraterrestrial song. You are hypnotizing. And also Dark Horse. Baby, do you dare to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Like it's giving that, y'all. Are you ready for? 'Cause once you're mine, like this is real spiritual, and it's no joke. Especially if you feel like you chose, and once you sign up for this, like you're not just gonna be picking roses and daisies all day. You're a spiritual warrior, okay? In 2025 at that. Okay, this ain't the medieval ages. We ain't back in the day, girl. We here today. This is real urban around this piece. Okay, let's carry on. A situation's about to explode. Oh my God, shit's about to pop off in flames. I can't make this up, y'all. I ain't even got into the tarot, and Spirit is still stepping on my words step by step. Thank you, Spirit. Game over. This could be an energy, like I said, all the things I just spoke on, this moon being nicknamed the cold moon, and people being mad because you done healed without their apology or their closure. No closure, no access. You know what I'm saying? Because you done popped it off. And you standing with it and standing beside it and standing, you know what I mean? I'm going to stick beside it. And that's your decision. That's your final answer. You know, and that may seem cold to people. It may seem calculated. Hell, revenge, they say, is best served on a damn cold dish. You know, on a cold, rainy day in December is what's going on outside my window. Investigating. What did I say? Everything this has to do. Somebody gossiping, talking about you, lying about you. They had to somewhere in that process investigate you, look you up, ride past your house, your mama house, your baby daddy, your grandmama house, your baby mama, whoever. Get this envy. Let's get into this read. Because I really don't even want to use these cards right now, because the words that are coming to my mind right now it's straight fire. But let me let these cards speak. Not right now, love. Gotta get this done. I'm in the mode. I'm in my mode. Y'all ever seen Hustle and Flow? Every time I get in my motherfucking mode, man, they come pull me out my mode, man. It's like, I got this beat. I got this in my head, man. That's how I be feeling. Don't come break me up out my mode, man. I'm sensitive about my craft and my gifts. Messages for the collective spirit. It's Friday, Junior, and I guess as most people would say, hell, now they saying the holidays have begun because they lit the Christmas tree in New York, Rockefeller Center, wherever the hell that is. But it starts whenever you say it starts, because it been started over here in my house. You know, I have an 8-year-old, and then we have school and all that stuff. You got to keep up with that stuff. All right, we have the Ace of Cups, as somebody would be a hater and like for it to fly across the room. But guess what? We still got it. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You know, I really feel, you know, when it came to I feel like this is an energy, and somebody gonna suffer for this. They already suffering. Somebody is already running their mouths, because think about it. Hurt people hurt people. Okay, so the more that Ace of Cups is, you can't be any more fulfilled than that. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean you won $1 million. You know what I mean? Joy comes from within, and everything else, you know, after that is a plus. But for the most part, you know, and with the Ace of Cups here, you are that. You are the ultimate. You know what I mean? And even if you have nothing today, it's worth every penny, every dollar investing in you and riding the wave with you. You're still that Ace of Cups the whole way. You know what I'm saying? You're the piece that gets them to what they think is paradise. You know what I'm saying? With this energy here, like that's the way that you coming off to a lot of people. And that, like I said, is somebody got to suffer on the other end when you got two scales. You know what I mean? Especially when it's an energy of off balance, for whatever reason. You know, somebody's got to feel one thing and somebody else is going to feel something else. You know what I'm saying? And that alone is that's what a red flag is. That's how you know when you in alignment or out of alignment with somebody here. You know, but for you choosing the Ace of Cups, Is something, that you figured out that you can choose, and it don't have to be attached to because you didn't get an answer. Okay. You know what I mean? Or you didn't get an apology. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, some things in life we don't get, and we're okay with it. So why, you have the realization. So why wouldn't it be any different when it comes to the people? Because just like, not to put your hand on a fire because you will get burned and probably have to go to the hospital, you should know not to fuck with this person because potentially they, for whatever reason, they could stress you out, you know God forbid, put their hands on you or whatever, but put bad energy on you, send you to the hospital or whatever the case is here. So people, I feel like, are in an energy where their egos are hurt, their feelings are hurt, they're lost in their emotions. They're having to refigure themselves out, because they never knew who you were to begin with. And like I said, yeah, baby, you don't need anybody's permission, apology, closure, acceptance, validation, unnecessary love, fake love, especially if they're not trying to give it to you. Your pond is clear, it's beautiful, it's full of lily pads and koi fish, Japanese koi fish. You know what I'm saying? Type energy here. Good feng shui with this high priestess and this ace of cups. You spiritually rich. This has been coming out so much lately. And guess what? There's a secret about you getting in a relationship, you starting a relationship, you're in a relationship. There's a secret surrounding this. People are talking about you. There could also be people secretly talking about your creative abilities. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Pentacles, and the Death. Scorpio, Taurus, and Sagittarius energy. Now, these people could be any of these signs that you may be dealing with. You could have any of these signs aspected in your natal chart as well. The High Priestess is, you use the inner voice, your inner voice. You know what I mean? And what is soothing to others, you have used on yourself in the process of healing that. And then people may realize or notice that you don't do that. You know what I mean? You're so healing to others, but people may feel like you give so much of it out that that's just the way that you prefer things, or that's just the way that, once they've gotten in that energy, that's where they're going to keep things, because it's given the energy of somebody who's very wise and intuitive. Somebody who, even when you're asleep, your subconscious is working. It's like your third eye is working. It's something about you and your destiny here. You're on a total different playing field, a whole nother wavelength. And I don't know what period. I'm trying to figure out what wave of birth you came out in, what group of children, and in what exact year and time period. Because I feel like that's something that's going to be revealed here. There's a wave of individuals, of children, of babies that were born here between, I don't say, we 2025, well, we are 2025 right now. I don't know how many years I want to say right now to date back, but there was a wave. And I feel like it may have been waves of three. This generation, that generation, maybe skip a generation, who type thing, when it comes down to you. You know what I mean? And now it's starting, because a lot of these things out here have been myths, you know what I mean? Or just recordings, writings. But we live in a day and age now, you know, where phenomenons and miracles, you don't really hear so much about those things anymore because of technology. But there's an energy here I'm speaking to, or a collective, a group, that you are introducing that, reintroducing that. This is the real thing here. I mean, the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Death. If that ain't serious, I don't know what is. Oh, this the energy of, oh yeah, you finna fucking give them something to talk about. The spirits, the ethers, they finna give them something to talk about. All right, you want to gossip? Gossip on this. You've sending the beginners to the back of the class with this one. This is what you call a turning point. All these gossipers and all these talking points they created, just opened up a whole clear window for a turning point for you, the Fool. You're an alien. Let me find out, Aries. What did I say about that third eye? You want to see it again? Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. The Hermit, Virgo energy. Yeah, like I said, something that very spiritual, very wise energy, in hiding, in isolation, or just this Gemini energy. Something is, we've used this side for what it was needed for. Boom. Now this one finna lead. And I feel like it's coming back to me, like I said in a few readings ago. Whatever shift, whatever turning point, whatever this is, even you, yes, you that I'm speaking to, you're changing. This is about to be your flip. This super moon energy. So whatever you've been channeling through, consciously or subconsciously, like I said, this is gonna affect the collective, everybody. It's just gonna boil down to spiritually what you've been doing with your time and your energy and what you really connected to, because that's about to be exposed. The Emperor, Aries energy. I can't make this up. Just know that shit finna be exposed. Ten of Swords is right underneath that. Gemini energy. Huh? Come on, people. What the fuck? Thank you, Spirit. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Ten of Pentacles being Virgo energy, Eight of Cups, Pisces energy. Somebody disappointed that their tantrum. You know what I'm saying? Out of 8 cups, it only knocked over 1. And a plastic one at that. You ain't lost nothing. Look at the grapes. Look at the sweetness. Baby, it's juicy. I'm talking about Concord grape. Moon grape. Y'all ever had moon grapes? Nah, I know they not real, but like genetically or whatever. But oh, honey, you are moon grapes. Aries, okay? And somebody is the little shriveled up ones at the bottom of the bag. I know, it's disappointing. Mm, mm, mm. The game is over. Somebody has to walk away. Mm. Damn, Aries. You really are who you say you are. I'm gonna leave this read here, y'all. Shit, y'all got me feeling like I need to go reflect, honey. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.